I lead with my left and I reign with my right. I'm king of the darkness. I'm king of the night. I got the power. We are live! Testing 1 2. The background's kind of blurry. All right. So this is the second test. I am not using a mic. It's the default from my PC. So this confirms that the Mac is trash. What's going on? Where's my damn stream? Oh, okay, here it is. I might like you better if we slept together. I might like you better if we slept together. Time itself was his demeanor, and all right, Titus, is there a lot of feedback? All right, where's Ragnarok? Where's Ragnarok? How does that sound? Sounds good to me. Now my screen just went green. What the hell was that all about? What in the blue hell? Now, what I'm going to try here is, I wonder what happens if I plug this microphone in here now. Let's see. Watch me fuck this up. Oh man, I gotta watch my mouth. What if the pastor's listening? Alright, hold on. The Rick did actually get a charger. Yeah, because the last test I did was a whole lot of feedback, and I'm wondering if that's because I had my TV on too at the same time. But my damn basement's a mess. So, oh god. So let's try this. All right, I'll plug this mic in. Microphone check 1 2. Oh jeez, I don't see anything moving. Let's see. Yo, Titus, can you still hear me? Alright, there is a way, maybe. I'm trying to change the mic. Flavon! We are live! Alright, I want to use the mic though. I think I'm using the default mic on the laptop. I know, Titus. That's why I'm trying to turn the volume down. But I can't find the fucking button! Let's see. How's that? Is that better? Not as loud. Let's see here. Hold on. Hold on. All right, I think that sounds better. sounds better. Is it still too loud? Because I'm listening to it on my phone, and man, the Rick's got some pipes here. I think that sounds better. Is it still too loud? Because I'm listening to it on my phone, and man, the Rick's got some pipes here. All right. All right, let's get down to business. This is a test stream, but this goes for all those candy asses that kept saying God of War was going to get a reveal date. Where are they now? Where is he? Where's the snitch? Can I see him? Huh? You know, Titus, I told a bunch of those ponies, I said, if the snitch is wrong just one time about God of War, they're going to turn on him. They're going to hang him from a tree. They're going to get him real good. Now, I have a question. Has nothing to do with God of War or any of that trash. How do one of y'all join me in this stream? How is this possible? Since my chat only has 3 people, I have a small audience. I guess I'll find that out when God of War is released. Look at it, I got my big boy pants on. I got New Haven Coliseum in the background. And I'm live! Hold on, I'm going to Discord right now. Alright. I'm in the town hall room. I'm in there, boom. Alright, Titus, I'm in town hall. Come into town hall with me, Titus. I gave you the credentials, brother. Click on the box. All right, well, hello? You're in here.
Yeah. Let's see if it...
I don't know if I hear you live. Say something. Say something to the 3 people watching. All right, well, you're in here.
Yeah, I can hear myself. I heard it.
I don't know if I hear you live. Say something. Say something to the 3 people watching.
Pretty much it.
I think I hear you a little bit. Let me see if I can turn you up.
Yeah, if you,
oh, Jesus. Let's see. Oh.
Just got right click my name and then do, use volume.
Alright.
It's probably my mic, too. My mic's probably low.
Well, I hear you now on my laptop, but I don't think I hear you live!
Nah, I hear myself. Yeah, I got it playing. I can hear myself.
Oh, no, I hear you live! I hear you live! Yeah, I hear you both. Yo, that's crazy. All right, so I hear you. Oh.
Yeah, it like Streamlabs, it just captures your desktop audio.
Okay, like, and I just noticed something. I gotta have these headphones plugged in order to hear you for real.
Right.
Yeah, listen. That's why this is a test. It's only a test. Only a test. Hold on a second. Let me plug these headphones in. Now, let's see here. Turn these beats on. Let's see what we got here. All right, Titus, say something, brother.
Yo, yo.
All right, my man. I hear you loud and clear. Clear. So what did you do? You just joined in under the town hall, And now I think I can hear you on YouTube as well.
Yeah, I mean that's it. It just it just whatever like your well you got a laptop whatever your laptop audio plays, the stream is going
Oh, so
can
that's
hear.
okay. So whatever the laptop plays, so it's going to hear you.
Yeah.
And
So
it,
like like say if you was to like play some music right now, it would play on the stream too.
oh,
So
well, we don't want.
like a video or
Well,
anything.
copyright flag ain't gonna mean nothing. I ain't getting paid for this yet anyway. I need
Hey,
949 more subs. That's a long way to go. But if I pull a few strings, if I get a little help from Noah Osborne and Kareem Lewis, these
then you gonna
guys,
start VPOT.
these guys that claim they were gonna help me out, I ain't seen
You
that.
know, posting them they do. I forgot what the name of their streaming thing is. Like the one where they do where it can show post Noah and Mello on the screen. I forgot what that's called.
Yeah, well,
That's
well, hold on. Rick's not there yet. Rick doesn't have a camera. Hold on. We're starting from the ground up. I cannot take the Eric, Evan, and Ethan college funds and supply cameras and shit. You gotta,
Man, you can get like a $20 camera.
Hey, listen, whoa. Rick doesn't have it right now. All right,
Nigga, you got $20. Don't lie.
Yeah, did you see the gas prices? Where am I getting $20 from? That's only three. That's
You can afford,
that's
you can
three
afford
gallons
that
of
gas,
gas.
right?
That's 3 gallons of gas. That ain't enough. It's not enough. So Titus, since this is my test stream, and this is going to archives because this is the first day of the rest of my life. What are your feelings about this God of War, Titus? I never really got your opinion on it. I see you type in the chat and Discord and shit, and you talk your shit or whatever. Apparently, you're a PC guy now, but we know deep down you bleed
Always.
green. We know this. I have
I
felt
mean,
it.
I'd be trolling in Discord, but I think it's gonna release this year. I don't.
Well, I don't either, and the reason why I don't think so is because I was convinced today that if it was gonna release, they would have showed something today. So now look, Sony could be throwing
I
a
mean, they still
curveball.
might. Yeah, they still might. We'll see.
I mean, they could be throwing a curveball saying that, hey, you know what? We ain't gonna let people leak our information and not be surprised. Maybe they want to do it on their own. I don't
Yeah.
know. Yeah, buddy. Actually, this ain't. It's crazy. Now I can hear because, I got company now. But yeah, I think I'm gonna get me a better mic. I gotta get the better mic though first, because right now I think they're using a mic. I think this app is using the mic from my actual laptop. But this proves that Mac,
It
that
it
MacBook
sounds
stuff,
better.
yo, that Mac is trash, bro. When I first,
Oh no, I don't. Yeah, I don't miss it.
bro, when I did, bro, that is a $3,000 MacBook. And when I tried to do that first test live stream, it was awful. All I heard, it sounded like a wash machine was going on in the background. And I'm like, yo, what is going on, man? Again, my own flesh and blood. Cousin Noah.
What did you have? Like, were you watching it off your phone? That's probably why too, though. Because like, if you,
Well, I was watching it on my 8K TV.
oh, this guy.
you
Yeah,
know.
if the audio is going, if the mic is picking up that audio, it will like it'll constantly loop itself. That's probably what happened.
Now, yeah, because now I think you've answered a bunch of questions that I had. Because I was like, yo, how does Z have Discord open and then people drop in his room and then boom, they're live on the air, and I see it. We're doing that now, and that's
Yeah,
what I was like, man, how we gonna fix that, or
yeah.
whatever.
Z just uses OBS, and like I said, it just picks up whatever his desktop audio is playing.
All right, hey, look, I gotta crawl before I walk. So, listen, I just got my laptop out the shop. All right, this is the church's laptop.
I got the Hunter Biden laptop. That's what he.
Yo, listen, man, this is the big boy. This is like this is a 14 or 15 inch screen. This is one of the big. They don't make them this big no more. But the point is, it was a touchscreen.
Is it a gaming laptop or is it?
No, it was just the highest end of HP. It's the HP
Oh,
Envy. I got it in 2019. And then maybe I got it in 2018. I don't know, but I paid a lot of money for this to DJ on. And then what was happening was I was running a DJ program called Scratch Live. And Scratch Live, when it runs through Windows, it constantly has updates. And some of those updates can mess up your crates or any of that mess that you deal with. Now that's the difference. The Mac, when the Mac is running your Serato DJ, it does not give them little stupid updates.
Fuck Mac and fuck Titus. Fuck
Whoa!
yeah, I do.
Look who's crashed the party,
We
man!
live, fuck
Capping.
nigga, we
We
live.
live. We are live. This is the
Titus, you a
first.
whole ass nigga.
This is the first
Me.
live show. That it's a test, but we are live. But I don't.
Oh man.
Why would you say that about your fellow Knicks fan?
Oh
Man?
man.
Oh, my fault. My twin brother was on. He was
Yeah,
bugging out.
yeah.
You're a twin brother. You don't have. If you had a twin brother, you probably try to sell him too. I don't trust those. I don't trust Africans that don't drive taxis. All right. So they,
You get DNF dual man on?
What are we doing here?
What are we doing here? Well, actually, it's funny you should say, what are we doing here? Because that particular gentleman that uses that catchphrase, along with his co-pilot, not Mello, the other co-pilot, the one that tries to get more steps than me, the one that's related to me.
Damn Osborns.
They left me out to dry. They left me like LeBron left Wade and Bosh. They did me like that. I said, yo, I need some help. Y'all, can y'all help me how to get this live stream going and this and that? Nope. Only one that was there, my brother Titus. He was like, yo, I'm going to help you out.
Facts,
Rick.
big fact.
I'm going to jump up in here and see. So this is part of my master plan. See, like, listen. There's reasons why we call it Plan B. We are the B team. We don't get to talk as much as the other guys. Therefore, we should have our own show. It makes sense. We can't get a word in with LBK capping all the time, not knowing if he's a bot or a pony. Or with Nico, well, he falls asleep sometimes. 7 out of 6, whatever the hell he got going on. But yeah, we get our own flavor. This is the entry level. You see what I'm saying? This is the entry level. That's what we call it, the entry level podcast.
Goddamn G League.
Yeah, that's all right. That's all right. You find a diamond in the rough in the G League. Can I interest you in Alex Caruso?
Yeah.
Yeah, it happens. You can get a nice deal coming up from the G League, and we'll have Manhattan come through here. Now we gonna have Eclipse come through too. Now, problem with Eclipse is he doesn't really tell the truth too much, but we're gonna try to. We gotta pray over him, and see if he can come through.
His white voice.
Yeah, I didn't give everybody in the Plan B access to this room. Only people that I thought that would talk. Like if they, whoever rewatches this show, which probably won't happen, but whoever wants to an invite, whatever, just DM me. Say, hey, look, I wanna invite to come into the town hall because that's where I'm gonna have the live shows in the town hall. Because originally my YouTube channel was called Ricky Brown Town, and we start from the town hall, and then we're gonna have the treasury and this and that, the basketball court where we talk sports, all that other stuff. I mean, look, I got a long way to go. However, I do have 52 subscribers now. How about that? 52. Yeah. Let's see. Let me make sure. Yep, 52. I didn't lose anybody. I lost a couple of women after that turtle comment, but well, shit happens. Yeah. Matter of fact.
Get canceled before you even get started.
Yeah, it canceled me, man. All I said was it was a female turtle, and I didn't want to pick it up because I didn't want to get brought up on charges. I just saw R. Kelly get 30 years. The Rick can't do 30 years. I can't. No. Now, So while I'm in here, right? How do I tweet this out and say, hey, look, come to me, hold up, share, copy.
Yeah, you can just share the URL.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. Let's see. I'm gonna go on both Discords and I'm gonna go on Twitter. Let's see. See if this works. As my little fat buddy said, my dog shit channel. Here. We are live. Come in here, Plan V. I don't think I did that right. Let's see. Welcome to the live chat. Blah, 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 blah. Let's see. No. I don't know how to tweet this thing out. I don't think I can. I got an idea. God, I suck at this. Damn, it's past the Rick's bedtime. Let's see here. Home. How do you send a tweet out? Tweet. Are you serious? Oh, here we go. All right, all right, all right, all right. Live test. Shout out to Merc. What's up, brother? Yeah, this is a special moment. This is I will remember every member that came in here. Yes, the ruler is live, and I've been told I sound clear. I'm glad I sound clear because that filth that I gave you guys first trial run didn't work. Hey, thanks, Joey. Appreciate it, brother. We are live! And again, this is only a test show, but with this channel, we're going to talk about a lot of different things. And one of the things I wanted to talk about might hit a few nerves. Where, oh where, is that God of War Ragnarok release date? We need it. We hurting out here. Hurting bad. But nobody wants to talk about it. But I'll talk about it. Again, even though this is just a test stream, we gonna talk about it. So, yeah, buddy, that's the New Haven background. That's the old Coliseum. Many good memories in the back there of that Coliseum right there. That was the good stuff. You know, we had a lot of wrestling events we had going on there. I remember the circus, man, the ice capades, all of that. And they just talk about it. Whoa. All right, well. We won't talk about strudels, just in case my children happen to be listen to this because I believe they are subscribers. But I am 6'7". Yeah. So what's on everybody's mind right now? I'm gonna be honest with you. Since this is a test, I got nothing. So what are y'all interested in? I know a little bit about nothing, and a lot about everything. I sitting on this chair. I ain't got much time. Your language is good. Your language is good. My kids ain't gonna read no chat. What up, Phenom? Thanks for coming through for a little bit. This will be called episode 0. We're gonna put this in the archives and be like, man, I remember when Slick Rick was starting out his stream and he only had 2 people in the chat. And Titus was the only one that came to help him with a frog avatar. I remember those days. that was Titus coming through. Well, the Roe versus Wade thing, man, it is
Where you going with that?
well, because listen, I gotta roll with the way the chat rolls. Mr. Checker says, what do I feel about Roe versus Wade? I'm gonna be honest with you. I see both pros and cons from both point of views on it. I mean, you gotta let a woman do with her body or what she wants to do with her body. And at the same time, you don't want to kill babies. So it's like, wow, where are you? I mean, what happens if you're raped and you want to get rid of a pregnancy? Like, and they're telling you that you can't? I mean, my God. I mean, I don't listen. I know all that Bruce Wayne stuff is make-believe with orphanages and all that other stuff, but you're gonna have a lot of that. That's gonna be whew. That's a tough subject. And being a Christian that I am, I can say, well, you can't kill babies. But I mean, man, it's so many ways that pendulum swings. So somebody says, well, it doesn't have a soul yet, or it goes so many different ways. I think me being a man. Oh man, it says my battery's running low. But I think me being a man, I don't think I should be the one to even comment on it. I think it's got to be one of the sisters, or a female to do it because, it pertains to them. Fortunately, I was born a man and I can't get pregnant. So that's something that I will never have to deal with. It's a choice that I would never ever have to make or want to make. It's a tough thing, and that's why it's got everybody going against each other. Like one of my favorite wrestlers, Kane, he was wrapped up, and he was talking about how he's finally glad that it was overturned, and a lot of people was beating him up on Twitter and social media about it, and Kane took a beating for that. I mean, when I go walking in the park that I walk in, over at Edgewood Park here in New Haven, Connecticut, when I walk and I see people spray painting, like telling them like, hey, look, at no choice is not pro-life. Like it's, whew, it's sticky. And we haven't heard the last of it. Now, what I'm worried about is, will this lead to other things being overturned? Now, I'm not going to go extreme and talk about Jim Crow laws or anything like that being pulled back, but hell, if they overturn that, they can overturn anything. You really don't know. So, that's troubling that, you can just go in and just change something. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, 21. I mean, that's why I think a lot of and I am a patriot. I'm a full-blooded, blown American. I'm one of those dudes that put the country first. That's how I feel. I feel as though the military guys need to be taken care of. But at the same time, I think 21 is a right age. That's a weird thing. So you say 20, you got to be 21. in order to get you a drink, but yet and still you could be 18 and you can go fight for the country. They give you a rifle and put you on the front line. No problem, Joey. Hey man, I'll give you any thoughts, bro. Listen, one thing I'm not is shy on the microphone. I give a thought. I think you know what? I'll probably talk to my sister, and she'll probably, I'm gonna want to address this again probably tomorrow. It'll be test show number 3 because I don't even have a green screen and none of that stuff. So we'll get to that. All right, Mert, we want a console war. All right, that lasted about a good 8 minutes. All right, if we're gonna talk console war, where in the hell is God of War? I don't want to hear nothing about Xbox yet. I want to know where God of War is because I know what Microsoft is gonna give me. Probably at the end of this year. I know. And they're going to give me that Activision Blizzard deal, and they're going to put all those Call of Duties right inside of Game Pass. And anything that they're working on will go inside of Game Pass. So, hey, and that's why I think why Microsoft is pretty much folded their hands. Think about it, Merc. If you're out selling your competition without first-party AAA support, you don't have to be in a rush to do anything. Hell, you can push Starfield back to 11/11/23 if you want to. Yeah, why? Why would you put it out? Because you would think the ABK deal will be done by then. And the best way to shut somebody up is to give them something. Think about this. You ever work a job where you're not making as much money as you wanted to make? And you wanted a big raise. And what do? Give you a little $500 bonus, a little $1,000 bonus, and you shut up for a couple weeks. Especially if you can get you a console or something, but you keep it stepping. All they got to do, if they really want to, is they can delay Starfield, all of that stuff as far out as they want, because if the ABK deal does become official, like I think it will, just my opinion, I think it will, let's say November, December, Christmas came early for Microsoft. They're like, oh, whew, we got the deal to go through, and we didn't have to rush any games, and now the games are going to be better quality, because, like my man Joey's saying, Starfield is going to be huge. Sony doesn't have a response for a Starfield. Let's keep it a buck. We all love God of War. But God of War is a one and done. There's nobody going to be adding mods to God of War. The last one in 2018 didn't give you DLC. So, God of War, once you play it, you're done with it. You put it up, you go back to Call of Duty, which those ponies would, after they're done with God of War, they're probably going to go back to Modern Warfare 5 or whatever the hell it is that's out there. But that's just how it works. Now, Starfield, if it really is Skyrim in space, as Buddy has described, if that's what it really is, then that game is going to be freaking huge. Huge, that game's going to be huge. Bro, I know it's been a long time. And Skyrim came out when I was a bouncer at Club Karma. In fact, I called it Skirm, I think it was. I was like, this game Skirm or whatever. I couldn't really see the damn thing when I went to GameStop. And that game, when we started playing it, I couldn't put it down. And then they started adding DLC. Now you can get children. You can go find an orphan. You go buy a home. You can set all your night outfits up, your uniforms inside your house or whatever. You get the biggest house. Man, that was fun. You can join different clans. You can be stealth. You can turn to a vampire. You can turn to a werewolf. Like Skyrim it was unbelievable. The mods were good. My God, that game was one of those games that you just played and played and played and played and played. There has never been another game like that since Starfield. Since Elder Scrolls Skyrim. There's been another game like that since that game released. And I think that's why everybody's got their tongue hanging out. Because if Starfield really is what you say it is, which is Skyrim in space, people are going to be playing that for a long time. Wait till the mods get a hold of it. Imagine Starfield with some Jedi mods, and they got lightsabers. We saw what it was in Fallout. Hell, I had a mod. I had an Optimus Prime suit walking around. I had an Iron Man Tony Stark suit that I jumped in. That was flying. Yo, that was fly as hell. And I'm wondering if they got mods like that in Starfield, let's say if they got a Predator mod, you be in space. Hell, they got the aliens, all of that stuff. Man, it's endless on what they can do with those mods. So, yeah, man, I'm definitely looking forward to that. I think Starfield will be a very, very big game. But let's get back to the present. Right now, hey, if you an Xbox dude, like that's my preferred platform, is the Xbox, well, you're starving a little bit. You know, you're starving. Hey, Joey, bro, thanks for coming through, but let me tell you something, bro. If her friend is there, and it is the Red River, there ain't nothing wrong with a little bit of Shark Week, brother. It's all good. Hey, listen. We all been there, by hook or by crook. What's up, Ish? Ish come through, step through. Ish, my man, Nintendo dude. He said something rather a little bit strange. He said that he think that Pokemon game would outsell GTA 6 or whatever it was. I don't remember, Ish. I usually got your back on stuff like that, but nothing outsells Grand Theft Auto. It's impossible. Hell, they'll probably release a remastered and sell 13 million of that thing. I mean, the Grand Theft Auto is a different kind of beast. It is, man. Certain games are just certain kinds of beast that you just, it can never be defeated. Skyrim's one of those games where we say Elder Scrolls. Hey, listen, Joey about to run that, you're right, Joey about to run that red light. Hey, look, bro, ain't nothing wrong with running that red light, bro. It's all good. Just make sure, hey, especially if it happened in the shower, you all good. Now, listen, I'm not telling you to go into that Red River and sitting there with some satin sheets or some satin white ones. Nah, that's probably not a good idea. But it's all good. Yeah, that new COD that's coming out, that's going to be big. That's why, because COD got a release date, I believe it was in October. I've been away from the gaming scene for a little bit because, you know, I had to lose 100 pounds. But I think if COD is coming out in October, God of War going to stay away from October. God of War is going to stay away from September because that's when The Last of Us Part 1, Chapter 3 comes out. So, yeah, hell, I don't know where you fit this God of War in. All right, we're already in July. So it ain't coming out in July. It's not coming out in August. September, you already have The Last of Us Part 1 remastered. You have that September. October is Call of Duty. And I don't know, well, we don't know, November was going to be Starfield. It's not anymore. So, I don't know what's going to happen with that. But, hey, November. And remember, you got to remember about November. Remember about November. The thing about November is if your game is released after a certain date in November, it is ineligible for a Game of the Year. Now, does God of War say, hey, we don't want that smoke with Elden Ring. We'll see you guys in February 2023. Or we release later in November to be nominated for 2023 award instead of 2022. But you got to remember what's coming out in 2023. 2023 is a full stack. My man Link is going to make an appearance. Now, you can't name me the last bad Zelda game before I had my driver's license. You can't. So yeah, Ish, that's what I'm saying, Ish. I agree with you. I don't think anybody wants that smoke from Elden Ring. That sucker came through with a 97 Metacritic and has only gone down to a 96. It's there to stay. And it had legs. It stomped the living shit out of Horizon Forbidden West. Horizon Forbidden West got beat up so bad that they had to pack it in some of the damn PS5s that they were selling. They was like, hey, look, we got to recoup something on this, man. We took a beating. I kind of feel bad for Aloy because she tried to come out when Breath of the Wild came out and she got stomped out. You know, the poor thing, she just can't, man, she just can't get it right. I mean, you would figure somebody knows when some of these games are coming out. I mean, I don't understand how you're a video game company and you want to release anything around The Legend of Zelda. That's crazy. That's something. Yeah, I mean, look, if it comes out in November, that's good. Look, as a gamer, we all want to play it. But let's be honest, as an Xbox gamer or Xbox supporter, they're waiting to play it and just criticize it and say, all right, it's junk. This is what happened. This ain't right. This is that. I mean, that's what we do. But on a serious note, I mean, I don't know if it's going to come out. I don't know. Shout out to my Atlanta Braves who just beat the Phillies 4-1. We just gained another game on the New York Mets, who now have a 3-game lead on us. Again, this channel we'll talk about pro sports too. I am an Atlanta Brave fan. We won again. The Mets only have a 3-game lead, and we have 18 games left against them. Now, back to this console war. Now, he says, God of War dropped in the peak of journalism corruption. That's when all of them was on a PS payroll. Facts. And I'm going to go even deeper than that. I remember when the Xbox One launched alongside the PS4. And when they started mentioning digital games, and you didn't have to wait at midnight anymore to reserve your game, that you can just buy it at midnight online and download it, GameStop, it scared the living hell out of them. GameStop was freaking like, holy ish, we're going to go out of business. We got to do something. And what did they do? They backed the PS4. As soon as you walked in GameStop, when the Xbox One and the PS4 came out, as soon as you walked into the damn GameStop, they was trying to put a PlayStation 4 either up your ass, down your throat, or up your nose. Because they knew that PlayStation was staying with the whole physical thing. And that's how GameStop makes their money. Reselling physical games, not giving a piece to the publisher. They eliminate the middleman. Think about this. Selling used games and used cars has to be the most profitable business in America. Think about this. When you go to an auction and you buy a car for $5,000, that car has already been paid for at least once. And now you're going to sell it to another jabroni who's going to pay another 5 years on this car, and he's going to pay weekly at a buy here, pay here. So you're going to take a $5,000 car and sell it to some poor jabroni for $20,000. Yo, that's crazy. So the same thing with a video game. Some dumb jabroni paid $59.99 for a game. He didn't like it or he couldn't handle it. He now turns this game in and he gets 20 freaking American dollars store credit. And then GameStop turns around and sells it, instead of for $59.99, they sell it for $54.99. And that is all profit. Yeah, they gave him $20, but they made $30-something off of that game. Minus, if you talk about total profit, hell, that's more money than the publisher would make. The publisher's not making $35 on a purchase. They're making $15 if they're lucky. $35? Shoot. Hell, I'm in the wrong business. I might open me up a used game store. You can't do it now. Hell, everything's digital. But yeah, Xbox was trying to give 10 people access off one game. I remember. Listen, Xbox, and we laugh at the Xbox One. We talk about how it was this video thing, and what was the thing you used to say to the Kinect? I don't want to say nothing because my Kinect might turn on. And I'm like, man, well, let's see. All I know is that that GameStop was definitely pushing the PlayStation 4 because, Microsoft was talking about digital. At the time, we called them digital downloads. And once they heard digital and you couldn't get a piece of that physical, GameStop said, no. We got to get this up out of here. That's not going to work. And that's why when you walked into GameStop from 2013 till 2019 or 2020, that is the system that was pushed. Now, Xbox, or shall I say Microsoft, gave GameStop a little bit of money. And now when you walk into a GameStop, I only can speak for the two that I go to. Yeah, Xbox is in the front of the store now. They got Game Pass cards everywhere. They want you to buy it now. Because they say, hell, we might as well jump on board or we're going to get up out of here. That's all it takes. You know, sometimes some people don't like to fall in line fast enough. You know, like Sony, listen, Sony is going to live and die by saying we make money selling consoles. We make our money selling consoles. That's what they're saying. That's what we're in the business. We make a $200 million game. We sell it for $70 and we sell our system, albeit at a profit. They're not losing money selling the PS5s. But think about this. You spent $200 million to make this game. But you're only getting $15 profit for said game. So therefore, if you put a whole lot of money into a game, if you're Sony, that means you have to sell a minimum of 20 million copies. And Merc, I do believe Game Pass is the future. I don't think you can get away from it, and I'll tell you why. Remember when everybody laughed at Netflix? When Netflix first started. I remember when Netflix first started, they had the worst movies. They had all the movies that Steven Seagal and Van Damme was in that nobody wanted to see. They had all that junk. All trash, right? All junk. Then they had this red box where you can walk up with your EBT card, slide it, and you rent a movie for $1. Bring it home, bring it back the same night if you want to. You still charge $1. So everybody laughed at Netflix. Said, man, y'all stream old movies. Nobody wants to see that. They laugh at Game Pass. You got old games. Nobody wants to play that. When you look back, what Netflix started is now what you see all of these networks pushing. Your Peacocks, your Paramount, your HBO Max, your Disney Plus. All those same studios who laughed at Netflix and said, the way you're streaming that stuff is not going to work. It's not going to be profitable for you. You know, you're going to be out of business, yada, yada, yada. They went to Blockbuster. Blockbuster laughed them out of the building, just like Nintendo laughed Microsoft out of the building. And now, what Netflix started is what all of these big-time networks are trying to do now. They're trying to start their streaming service with their content. Because Netflix, in its infancy, didn't have a whole lot of content. I remember the movies they had were trash, like Who Framed Roger Rabbit, Commando, freaking bum-ass movies that nobody wanted to watch. But eventually, what did they do? They started getting deals. They started getting timed exclusives, if you want to call it that, to get certain movies. And then, boom, there you have it. They blew up. Now, I get it. Netflix is in debt. But, I mean, all companies are in some sort of debt. I mean, you can't tell me they're not profitable. Of course they're profitable. But all companies, all your companies are going to be ran with some sort of debt. There's no company that don't have debt unless you're like a Apple or a Microsoft. Hell, even Disney has debt. You got to remember, they have a lot of parks that are opened up. And through the pandemic, they lost billions of dollars where they couldn't have people coming in to their parks. So yeah, Disney's not invincible. Yeah, I do remember that. I mean, that's where kind of the Xbox One was geared to. See, a lot of people slept on the Xbox One, but the Xbox One was getting ready for the future. When they're saying we're all in one, that's why they called it the Xbox One. It was because it can say, hey, Cortana, or you say, hey, Xbox, go to Netflix, or go to this. Snap, go to that. Unsnap, go to this. Go to freaking web browser. You want to look at this. Boom, boom, boom. All of that stuff was being done on voice command, which now we all have to press our home button for because they freaking killed the Kinect. They killed it. Kinect is dead. You know, that's just what it is. But yeah, I mean, listen, sometimes some companies are ahead of their time. Sega was ahead of their time. Sega was the first 32-bit system. They had the 32X. Sega was the first system to use that full motion video. You know, before we had live video that you can use when we were, you know, I mean, hell, we were in the late 90s. They had full motion video on the Sega CD. They went to a CD. When Sega went to a CD, because CDs can hold more data than cartridges, Nintendo, who loves cartridges, love them to death. They even had the damn GameCube on cartridges. Remember that 64 still had a cartridge. But then the GameCube came out, and Nintendo said, "Hey, yeah, you know what? Let's go to these discs. Let's see what these discs is all about." Discs are only like 30 cents when a cartridge was like $12. So all right, let's go to the disc. And that's what they did. Like, I think Sega is the one company that was ahead of its time. You know, they had the online gaming with the Sega Dreamcast, with 2K, when you play people. Yeah, I know it was trash. You were playing with guys and it looked like it was damn ice skates on it. It was horrible. Oh my God, it was so bad. I remember playing with the Lakers and you had Kobe and Shaq. And all you had to do was pump fake, and the guy jumped up damn near out the sky. You could just run in with the turbo button and slam dunk the ball. I remember those days, but all I'm saying is that, yeah, you're right, Ish. That's what Sega was very innovative. They were ahead of their time. They already, like I said, they already had the online gaming. Sega had the first to have the online gaming. They had the analog stick before everybody with Knights. Look at that Dreamcast controller. That's where the Xbox got its influence from, was that Dreamcast controller. A lot of those developers that worked for Sega, that were jettisoned because they stopped making consoles, went over to Microsoft and helped develop the first Xbox. You can tell with the controller, the triggers from the Dreamcast controller, the same stuff. Same stuff. And I remember Sega was so down. I remember how bad Sega was down bad. Nobody wanted to give them third-party support. EA, who was the biggest third-party publisher at the time, with all of their NBA Lives, their Maddens, they said they weren't making any games for Sega. They said, no, we're not making Madden and NBA Live for y'all system because y'all got this damn Sega Saturn, you got this, and you got all of this other junk. We can't make for you. But what did we get from Sega? We got 2K, Visual Concepts. Now, Visual Concepts is now owned by 2K, whatever that parent company name is. But that's what you get when Sega had no sports games. And Sega was known to have good sports games because of their 3-button controller. It just felt better playing sports on the Genesis than it did playing on your Nintendo 64, your Super Nintendo. It just did. It just felt better. I'm holding a Sega controller right now. It's the 6-button controller. I remember they released that when Street Fighter first came to the Genesis. That's why you had the 6-button controller. And that sucker felt good, especially when you had Madden and you pressed the A button to hike, and then the 3 top windows on the 6-button controller was one of the wide receivers that you can throw to. Now, on the Super Nintendo controller, oh my God, that thing had the bumpers at the top, the 4 buttons in the middle, a start select. That was a terrible controller to play sports with. But they said, hey, we're not making for the Sega. And they went and got Visual Concepts, and they made NBA 2K, and they made NFL 2K. Those iterations were superior to the EA sports games. They were better. It looked like they took more time. They looked better. They played better. They had historical players. I mean, it was just better. But Madden had the name, man. Madden was the name. Madden. If you grew up playing football, let's see, I'm 42. So anybody that knows anything about football gaming, you all know that it started with not 10-yard fight. The effing football started with Tecmo Bowl and Bo Jackson. That's where the football started. If you wanted to learn how to play football, you got yourself an 8-bit NES and you had Tecmo Bowl. Giants was good at that time. 49ers was good. I remember Ronnie Lott would grab interceptions out his butthole. It was ridiculous. Yeah, you're right. Sega did murder themselves. Well, it all started with the 32X. That's what screwed Sega. Sega was making a 32X in the States, but over in Japan, they were making a Sega Saturn. And they said, hey, we're going with Saturn. And they was like, well, we got this 32X, that's 32-bit. And, it just, Sega Sport. I remember Deion Sanders football for Sega. I remember all that. That was good stuff, man. Good stuff. But, hey, Sega, well, they did. They murdered themselves. But their sports games were way better. Way better. I mean, even back, if you go back to boxing, Rocky was better than Mike Tyson's Punch-Out. Rocky was better than Buster Douglas boxing, which was a Sega game. That was a strange-ass game. Man, you get lucky and knock out Mike Tyson, and you get a horrible game. My God. It was just trash. Yeah. But you know what, though, Ish? The granddaddy out of all the Sega was the Genesis. The Genesis is what put Sega on the map. That Genesis, woo! See, the thing with the Genesis was the first console that they can say, what you see in the arcade is what you can play at home. And you're right, the Game Gear was the first color handheld because the Game Boy had that green background, looked kind of weird. But man, I remember playing Super Monaco GP on the Game Gear in color. It had color. Battery wasn't worth a damn, but it had color. Man, Sega. Man, yeah, you know what? Maybe Sony or Microsoft did go buy Sega and launch a handheld and call it Game Gear 2 or something. I don't know. But again, Sega was ahead of its time. Way ahead of its time. And, they shot themselves in the foot. They got a little too cute. That's what happens when you get too cute. You play yourself. Sega pulled a Kyrie Irving. You got too cute. Too cute. And now, well, and you could tell Sega is still relevant because they got these minis that come out and they sell like hotcakes. All them Sega minis that come out, man, you can't find them. Yeah, boom. Yeah, well, the Nintendo joints either, man. I'm gonna be honest with you. Kyrie is the Sega of the NBA. That's exactly what he is. He's a little weird. He's indecisive. He gonna cry when he go to sleep tonight, and he gonna realize that he made a mistake by opting in if he didn't really want to be there. That's gonna hurt him. Because they don't have to trade him at all. But here's where the players still run the league. That brother can cause enough distractions and commotion, even if you send him home, that they would have to jettison him, trade him for somebody, pennies on a dollar. But here's where Kyrie has the leverage, though. Not everybody wants this dude. So people that don't want him, they could be like, hey, we don't want him. We'll give you a Russell Westbrook type guy to get him or something like that. And that's, that's just what it is. Yeah, they do need a Nintendo 64 Mini. Definitely a Dreamcast. Listen, Dreamcast, y'all remember that Code Veronica, Resident Evil that was on, it was Dreamcast only at first. I think that was a Dreamcast exclusive. Oh, that was a good game too. I think that was 2 discs. I got to dig into my crates and see if I still have that. But yeah, listen, Nintendo. Listen, we talk about Microsoft and Sony having these subscriptions. Man, nobody has a better backlog than Nintendo. I mean, my God, on nostalgia alone, Nintendo will blow all of those subscriptions out of the water because they're Nintendo. I still think Nintendo doesn't use the power that it has. And I'm not talking about power on the console. I'm talking about the power that they have. They don't use it. They don't use it. Nintendo tell you that something is about to come out, damn line to be around the corner. No other brand has that kind of loyalty. They just don't. Nintendo say they dropping something, man, they know their fans are going to show up and show out. Nintendo ain't worried about nothing. They like, oh, we got this. Yeah, we going to come through. So, that's just how Nintendo rolls, man. Yeah, Nintendo got that on lock. First party support, uncanny, undeniable. It's beautiful. Microsoft, Sony wish they had the first party support that Nintendo has. They wish they had it. They would kill right now. They would push Jim Lion Ryan and Phil, I can't make a deadline Spencer, out of an airplane to have the first party support that Nintendo has. They both would. They want that bad. And, that's just what it is. That's why it's funny how we always talk about, who's number one. Is it Sony? Is it Microsoft? The Tencent's got stake and stuff. But at the end of the day, Nintendo is still on top. Now, you might not like what Nintendo offers, but what's that old saying? Old saying, women lie, men lie, numbers don't lie. Nintendo's still running it. Everybody tell you that, oh man, Xbox outsold PS5 this month in Japan, but they don't tell you is that the damn Nintendo sold 8 times what they both sold combined. Nobody ever talks about that. Nobody. Merc, I don't know if Phil is the guy for Microsoft. I don't know. I mean, Phil gets up there, he put on about 15 pounds, and he makes it seem like he's doing well. He gets you these acquisitions, and stuff like that. But what have we gotten? And I say we because Xbox is my preferred platform. What have we gotten as far as a brand new AAA under Phil Spencer? The naysayers that say, well, hell, he got you Bethesda. All right. Okay. But what has Bethesda given me exclusively for my Xbox? What have they gotten me? They ain't given me nothing. Nothing. You're right, Ish. Nintendo is the best. They had the best exclusives. Easy. They'll sell 40 million real. See, Nintendo will sell real 40 million, games. Because they don't go down in price. If it's $59.99, it's going to stay $59.99. There ain't no coupons available at the Nintendo shop. But back to Phil Spencer, I don't know if Phil's the guy. I would never, listen, I can't judge the guy because I can't do his job. Hell, I'm sitting here in a pair of drawers talking to 3 people. I can't do shit. I don't know nothing about that. But like I said, if we're going to go talk about exclusives for Microsoft or for the Xbox brand, I don't see any. I mean, he went out and got some publishers. We have yet to see the fruits of the labor of those publishers. I tell you what, he's saving you some money, if anything, because we all know that the Call of Duties and the Overwatches and the Skyrims and the Fallouts, and I mean, these are big effing titles I'm talking about. These are huge. They're all going to be in Game Pass. But understand how I speak, the way I speak. It's in the future. It's not present tense. This is what's going to be in the future for Microsoft. And that's why I think it's no coincidence that all of this stuff got pushed back. Starfield got pushed back. Redfall looked like it's ready to play right now. Hell, it was supposed to come out before Starfield. I don't think it needs to be delayed. I think it's part of their master plan. Maybe they say, hey, we push it back. You get the Activision deal to come through this winter, and you don't. And so think about this. Let's huddle up real quick. If I were to tell you that the Activision Blizzard deal goes through on November 11th, 2022, do you think that's bigger than one game in Starfield. Think about this now. Activision, Blizzard King, you're getting all of those Call of Duties in the Game Pass. All of them. Right? Think about this, though. Let's say that Starfield did come out on November 11th. Let's say if it did. It would be overshadowed by the Activision Blizzard deal going through. It'd be overshadowed. I'm not saying that people won't play it, but people will be like, oh, hell, I got all these damn Call of Duties. I got Overwatch and all this content that come with that, and hell, Candy Crush, if you want to say that, coming through. Yeah, Merc, I think Redfall's ready. I looked at that game, looks fun. It looks like Back 4 Blood and Left 4 Dead had a baby. It looks good. I like games like that. My gamer score said so. I like playing games like that. It's the closest thing we ever get to couch co-op. Remember, I'm an 80s baby. So couch co-op, playing with other people, was the fun thing to do. Not like Mario Brothers where you're waiting, holding the controller, waiting for the other dude to get out. When you can all play together, that's just more fun. You know, that's just what it is. That's a fact. But yeah, man, listen, I think it's all strategy. It's all strategy. It's all strategy about when to release. And they know something. They know that deal's about to pop. Because the last time I talked with Hogue Law, shout out to Hogue Law, that dude knows everything about it. I mean, he's an acquisition lawyer. He says, hey, look, the EU and the FTC kind of work together. So once the FTC says it's okay, we're not going to, hold this deal back, then the EU comes through a week later and says, fine, boom, deal's done. Deal's done. Deal is done. They already said, hell, if you guys want to have a union, fuck, just go have one. Just leave us alone. They already told you that. It's like, leave us alone. Go have your union. Yada, yada, yada. So, yeah, man, I think the deal will go through. I think the deal will go through this winter. And that'll be the saving grace for the Xbox guys to say, hey, we got something. They'll say, hey, you know what? We got something. And, that's kind of what they'll say. They're like, we got all these Call of Duties. We got Overwatch. And they're going to be dancing saying, nah, ponies, you don't have that. And then, especially if God of War doesn't come out, oh my God, it's going to be a bloodbath in Discord and Twitter. People are going to start fighting, and it's going to be a mess. We know how that gets. We know how that goes. We know exactly how that goes. They're going to start like, oh, you guys don't have this. Oh, 12 teraflops, and this is all you got. Oh, this and that. That's kind of where that goes, man. So we got to see what's going to happen, because it's already, summer's over. This is already, listen, a couple days it's going to be July. And you already know, after 4th of July, hell, I start school shopping for the kids. So it is what it is. The summer's done. There ain't no summer banger coming through. Where is it? Show it to me. Where's the summer banger at that we looking for? We don't have one. There ain't no summer bangers out there. You better hurry up, because you know what happens in August. EA Sports. Send a game. When Madden drops in August, boom. AP, what up, brother? So that's just what it is. AP, if you're not busy, come drop in at Town Hall. This is the test show. Come through. Hell, the Rick can't get any super chats, but, we're winding and grinding. You see that New Haven Coliseum in the background, brother. Y'all was able to keep y'all's in Hartford. We had to tear ours down. But yeah. And I think earlier, it was you, Merc. Somebody mentioned that, Game Pass is the future. I think Game Pass, and, I got 5 minutes and I got to get to bed. I think Game Pass is designed to choke out the industry. It's designed to choke it out. Because think about this. And there's no coincidence that the Xbox Series machines are selling more than the PlayStation 5. And I'll tell you why it's selling. It's not about the fact that they can't get chips and dip and all that other garbage. That's not what it is. Think about this. If you are a man or a woman that prefers to drive a Cadillac, I'll be damned if you gonna put me in a Honda. Good look, AP. Thanks for swinging through, brother. I mean, listen, and I'm a Cadillac guy. I'm 6'7". So if I'm driving a Cadillac, you think I'm gonna let somebody convince me to get in a Toyota or a Honda? Now those are good cars. They gonna run forever. They gonna run forever. But I can't fit no damn Toyota. I can't fit no damn Honda. No. So I'm not gonna get something just because it's there at the dealership. I'm not gonna do that. So I think that when you say, oh, well, it's because there are no PlayStation 5s available, that this is why they're buying the Series machine. No, that's not why. They're buying the Series S and X machines because of Game Pass. Think about this. And the cost of living is going up. I remember I was in the grocery store. I was telling Pastor Rose, I remember when I used to go to ShopRite and I could get 2 loaves of bread for $5. And the kids would be straight for the week for me making their sandwiches. 1 loaf of bread is now $4.99. So to my brother Merm. What up, Merm? My brother in the chat. So think about this. So now 1 loaf of bread is $3.99. I used to be able to get 2 loaves of bread for $5. I can't no more. So the reason why the Xbox is outselling the PlayStation 5 is because of money. All right. So let's say if you're in a GameStop or hell anywhere, and you're buying a Xbox or a PlayStation, you really got to think. Think about it. You got $500 in your pocket, and you're like, all right, what am I going to buy for $500? I get this PlayStation, banging ass exclusives. Damn, I can't. Ghost of Tsushima, Last of Us, God of War, Days Gone, MLB The Show. Oh, I forgot that's multi-plat now, but never mind that. You're like, man, I got all these exclusives. Boy, man, this is the machine to get. And then you realize something. You say, wait a minute. This other machine is $4.99. Hell, it's got a smaller one that's $2.99. And wait, you telling me I get 3 months of this thing that you call Game Pass? It's like Netflix, but I get it for free because I'm just buying one of these systems and I got over 400 games to play. Huh. Or I can choose the $500 system where I have to pay $70 per game. I mean, if your pockets is hurting, that's an easy choice to make. And trust me, being a executive procurement manager, I know what the economy is looking like right now. It costs me $182 to fill my gas tank right now. That's just what it is. So, what choice do you think they're going to make? They're going to take the Xbox. You're right, Titus. You could say, hey, look, I ain't getting nothing. But for those who have their priorities fucked up, they will make a choice and say, hell, you know what? I'm going to fuck around and get this Xbox. I might as well. I'm getting 400 games. They about to acquire Activision. Hell, I'm going to get Call of Duty day and date. I'm going to get all of this stuff that they're trying to buy up day and date. Whereas PlayStation, great exclusives. I love them all. I have them all. I have the collector's editions of all of those PlayStation bangers. I got all of them, brother. And that's a fact. But the problem is, if you are a gamer, especially just a casual gamer, you're going to walk out of there just spending $300. You take the other $200 and, I don't know, put it in your pocket. Go buy a Switch Lite. Hell, now you got 2 consoles. Hell, I don't know. But I'm just telling you that is why that the Xbox is outselling the PlayStation 5. It has nothing to do with availability. Both systems are available. I saw PlayStations at GameStop a couple of days ago. They're there. They're there. And that's why I was telling people, shout out to Vaughn. I was telling Vaughn. Vaughn said this was silly. But hear me out. All 6 of you that's in here in this chat. Hear me out. Why would Sony release God of War in November if they really have constraints on getting that system out, why would you? Why would you release God of War when you're not going to win the MPD? You're not going to have enough special edition God of War systems out there. They're not there. So you tell me this. So I'm going to release what is arguably the biggest damn game of the year, God of War, and I'm still going to lose the MPD? And I still have supply constraints? What in the hell am I doing? You know what I'm doing if that's the case? If I'm Sony, I say, you know what? F this. I'm trying to launch me a subscription service. Everybody that has the Sony PlayStation Plus premium version gets to play a 1-hour prologue of God of War Ragnarok. That'll drive these subscriptions through the roof. And we'll give you a release date of February 2023. And you can also sign up to get a God of War Ragnarok Special Edition PlayStation 5. Which, once purchased, will be scalped for about $1,000 effing dollars. That's just what it's going to be. That's what it's going to be. But think about that. Why release the game? Especially Sony loves to brag about how many consoles they sold. Oh, we sold this. Oh, we sold that. We sold 20 million. We sold 17 million. They're going to tell you that. But when God of War releases in November, they're not going to win the MPD. You know how it must felt when Horizon Forbidden West came out and they still lost the MVD to freaking Microsoft? Do you really want to put God of War through that and say, hey, Kratos, you're the best of the best? However, our purchasing manager screwed up with the chips. We don't have enough supply. And, oh, by the way, we lost the MPD. No, you have not. You have not heard Sony mention sales at all. Because I believe last I checked, in North America, I think the PlayStation 5 is only up by like 30,000 PlayStations compared to the Xbox Series versions, the Xbox Series machines. 30,000? Bro, that's a Black Friday. That's nothing. That's a problem. That's a problem. Supply constraints are not, that is a problem. I had these damn analysts in my ear wasting my time telling me that the Xbox is going to get outsold 5-1. Give me an amen if you read that. The Xbox was getting outsold 5-1. I saw it. I had people telling me that. Matter of fact, shout out to Big Money. I think Big Money owes some people some money because he was the main one on that train too. Talking about, yeah, you know, they're going to outsell them 5-1 and there's going to be a bloodbath and this, that, what. I don't know about all that. My man Merc, you heard the lies too of these false gods of the PlayStation community saying that they were going to outsell the Xbox 5-1. You're going to outsell them 5-1? Come on, man. That's pretty ballsy. Now listen, I'm Jamaican. I got Jamaican in me, so listen, nobody talk crap like us. Even I know you ain't outselling 5-1 to nobody. That's impossible. You ain't outselling 5-1. The only person that can outsell somebody 5-1 is if Michael Jackson came back from the dead and went up against, I don't know, The Weeknd's pretty hot. I don't know if he could take The Weeknd down 5-1. But he'll take one of these other jabronis down 5-1. Mike outsell them. But 5-1 is just a ridiculous. I wonder if that analyst still has his job. Talking about they're gonna outsell them 5-1. Man, you sound crazy. But I ain't gonna call you stupid, especially if I hope it's not a brother that wrote that. We in enough trouble. But yeah, if it's saying something like that, that just don't make no sense. Titus, here we go. Me and Titus always, shout out to Titus. That's my man. He came through. He was my first guest that I ever had. I dropped dead right now, and I'll always remember that. Titus was the first guest on my show. First one. But Titus, you got to stop this hatred of The Weeknd. All right? The Weeknd is the new Michael Jackson. And as soon as you come to grips with that, we can all move on. Yeah, for some reason, you don't want to hear it. The Weeknd is the new Michael Jackson. He is. Look, I get it. We had Flash in the Pans. They had a Justin Timberlake thinking that he can beat Mike. I get it. We had Chris Brown wanted to beat Mike. We had Usher wanted to beat Mike. There's only one damn Mike. And it's The Weeknd, damn it. All right, this dude, he's there. He loved, man. He loved, and I love Mike too. But oh man, this guy said Drake. You do realize that a lot of Drake songs were like The Weeknd songs, and he sold them to him like at a pawn shop. You do realize that, right? But hey, man, look. Put it this way. I'm gonna end this talk right now. The light skinned niggas is running the freaking music industry. Can we agree with that? That's just what it is. The light skinned brothers took over again. Oh man. Yeah, the Weeknd's a real African. He's Ethiopian. You know. Yeah, Take Care was good. You know what? That's a good question. Who is bigger, Drake or The Weeknd? Think about this. We also had history repeats itself, right? Remember when Eminem was on top of the world? And then 50 Cent blew up? And people was like, man, is 50 better than M? Because they was like, well, who's running the industry? All right. M bought 50 on, and 50 took the torch and kept running with it. Drake put The Weeknd on, and correct me if I'm wrong. Did Drake ever get a Super Bowl halftime show to himself? That's the problem with The Weeknd, bro. The Weeknd doesn't dance. The Weeknd can't dance. That's the only thing that kills The Weeknd. He can't dance. He doesn't have a stage presence. He can't dance. Like, I saw him at the Super Bowl. He had that same red suit on, and I was like, damn. Like, well, what are you doing? He was doing nothing. But you know, there was also another singer who was a hell of a singer that couldn't dance. That was Freddie Mercury from Queen. Freddie could sing his ass off, but he couldn't dance. That's why Michael Jackson takes the crown. Because he can sing and dance. See, when you can do both, you're kind of untouchable. You know, hey, Drake is what he is, but, you know, let's call Drake 1A and The Weeknd 1B. I think that's fair. Hey, Ish, ain't nobody near Mike. That's just impossible. Hey, ain't nobody near Mike. Mike is the dude. You know, Mike is what he is. He's the king of pop. He can dance. He can sing. And he turned himself light skinned, so he won. You know, his dark brothers, you know, we kind of felt bad. You know, all his brothers was dark. And he said, you know what, I'm going to stick out. I'm going to get light skinned. And get a jerry curl to make my hair look long. Yeah, that's what he did. You know that's what he did. Oh, crazy ass Mike. Man, Mike is something else. But as you know, the Rick has to get up at 4 in the morning. But I tell you what, though, I appreciate everybody that came through. All 4 of you that came through. My brother Merm showed up. Titus, good look, brother. Manhattan came here. He capped for like 2 seconds. AP, Merk, Ish, you know, everybody that came through. Man, 87. Yo, I really appreciate it because, you know, it's easier to do a show or to have a conversation when you have people to bounce off of. You can't sit here and talk to yourself or, you know, you a schizophrenic or something or you Kyrie Irving. So you got to be, yeah, Mike was born brown skinned, but he light skinned now, bro. Well, he ain't here now, but yeah, he turned himself light skinned. He pulled the Sammy Sosa on us. You know, Mike was like, then Joe Jackson was like, what the hell happened? He was like, hey, remember that doctor that we met in Japan? Yeah, that's what happened. He got his ass up out of there. But shout out to the chat, for all y'all that came through. I really appreciate it. This only a test show, so here's one thing that I want to say to the chat. This is as worse as it's gonna get. We gonna get better. This is the first show. We gonna get better. This is as bad as it's gonna ever be. I got a blurry New Haven Coliseum in the background. I ain't even got the right mic plugged in. You know, this was only supposed to be a test, but you know, nigga love to talk, so you know that's what happened. But man, I want y'all to come through again. I don't know if I'm gonna have a set time. I know it can't be this late, but again, I appreciate everybody for coming through. Let me know if the sound was all right, and we gonna do it again. We gonna do it again. So yes, straight up and down. I appreciate everybody that came through. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. You know, we need all the subscriptions we can get, so then all my crew, we can start getting paid in this mother. You know what I'm saying? So again, from the bottom of my cold black heart, I thank y'all all. And, you know,